One of the first rules of farming is you can't do it alone. You'll need help, and lots of it, from your family, friends, and other farmers. So get out there and make some farming friends. Attend workshops and conferences. Join farmer organizations. Contact organizations that offer support to beginning farmers, such as Department of Agriculture, AgriPoint, and the Farm Loan Board.
If it weren't for my family, I don't think we could possibly do this.
Neighbors and friends were the best, especially at the very beginning when we had very little to pay anybody. We had lots of free labor and machinery and stuff from neighbors who came to help us along.
Well, my husband has helped me a lot. It was really both of us starting it, but he's have a full-time job, and it kind of overwhelmed him a bit that he would have another full-time job when he got home.
My son is just a terrific whiz at computers, and you have to be computer savvy to run a business in this day and age, and he really helps with that, not only the bookkeeping but also doing up the graphics for advertising.
When we first started the farm here, I didn't have any equipment, and I was very fortunate that a neighbor of ours was willing to rent me or to lend me a tractor. Actually let me use his tractor just for pouring the fuel into it. There were actually 2 or 3 neighbors that did that.
I have apprentices, official apprentices that have come to me, and we've set up a program. And then I also get a lot of different people just volunteering casually.
Starting out, we had some help from
my father.
Your father, and that allowed us to not have to buy gear in the beginning. We rented.
And finding a farmer, that you trust and you find their systems work and are efficient, and you can learn and take that onto your own farm. For me, I felt like I was able to start probably 15 years ahead of where I would have had to start without working for another farmer, because I was able to bypass all the mistakes that farmer, he already made those mistakes, and I learned from them in a very short amount of time, so I didn't have to remake them.
Make sure that you visit your peers, because if you are a new entrant, a beginner at farming, you want to see what your colleagues are doing and learn as much as you can.
There's the technical part of how to do it, and that we learned by talking to other growers. Actually, a lot of it came off the internet.
I believe just talking to other producers probably is your best resource. They do it every day. They're realistic. They do it for a purpose, not for a paycheck.
The Atlantic Certified Organic Network has been a help with technical resources, especially when I came into tweaking things like my crop rotations and troubleshooting.
With the sheep, we were able to get some advice from the Sheep Producers Association.
Having the government inspector is a big plus for us. A bit of insurance, free insurance, to have the inspector there all the time when we're butchering. So we learned a lot from them. They were really, really good to us. They showed us when we were figuring out the floor plan and everything like that. They gave us lots of input.
Ecology Action Center has been amazing. She was the coordinator, I believe, for urban gardening, and she just connected me with tons of people. They were very excited about what I was doing. They thought it was great.
We also used the Farm Loan Board's new entry program, which gave us interest forgiveness for 2 years.
The Farm Investment Fund and those things, they've come up with deals to buy walk-in freezers and stuff like that, which for us would have been almost unattainable if we didn't have the financial assistance from the Nova Scotia government.
This piece of property is a 100-acre farm, was bought cooperatively by a group of people, and it's now being transferred into a community land trust, which will help hold the land for indefinitely. It can't be sold anymore, and each of us will have access to the land. We have 99-year renewable leases, which gives me, as a farmer, access to the agricultural land and security in farming here without having to put down a mortgage or take out financing from a bank. So I've felt very fortunate in that way, that I've had access to the land right away and not had that major barrier. And for me, most of my struggle has been in finding financing for infrastructure, for building buildings and greenhouses and for equipment.
We have a super workforce
The people who work here are from the local area and they really enjoy being here. We have everybody from people in the early 20s up to people who have retired from other jobs and still want to work 2 or 3 days a week.
No different than the cows. The happier we make the cows, the better they produce. And if the people that work for us are happy, then their days seem short, and it's a pleasure working with those types of people. So that's certainly been one reason that we've been successful, and is that we've had good help.